All right, once we have the top and bottom section assembled, then we tighten the tubing inside of the fitting by pressing down on it against a hard surface like the floor or table, like that. Get a nice tight seal all the way around. And then when we're ready to install it, this will be to the back. This is where the split tees are that'll be used for the neck support. So we set this in place like this. And set at a bit of an angle like that, maybe a 45-degree angle, and then twist it into place, and it'll be tight on both sides. Okay, so now we're ready for the enclosure. If it's up on a table, I generally recommend setting it on its side like that. If it's on the floor, you might want the back down. So again, orientating the back to these split tees is what you want to do. I'm going to put them inside through the open zipper. And then slide that up to the top. And before you get quite to the top, you want to run the eyelets through, or the hangers through the eyelets. The system will ship with these in place. It's an option if you want to hang it still. If you don't, you can remove them with a set of pliers. They're not very difficult to remove. Okay, so that's the top section. And then repeat for the bottom. Again, making sure before you do that you tighten the tubing into place. If you want, you can use a rubber mallet. And then again, the back, the pads closest to one edge is the back. So you want to make sure you orient it that way. Like such. Okay, now you're ready to add in the middle pieces. And there'll be two different types. The distance between this tube and this tube is a little bit further because it's just got a coupling. These couples here are smaller than the tees, so you have to make up for that. These are just a little bit longer. So I'm going to do the back first, and essentially what you'll do is you will put in, you have the open end of the tubing, you'll put it in here, you'll aim the tee toward you, toward the front of the enclosure. And then do the same for the bottom. Be a little bit of pressure here, but you have some give in the enclosure. Just don't put too much pressure on it. You could tear it or rip it. On the front, we take the couples, put them into the tubing like that. And do the other one. And again, we're aiming these fittings or these tees across because we're going to have a support piece here last. So like that. And then these are the last piece we put on there, 17-inch cross members. And once that's done, then you can tighten them the same way by pressing down And then you'll need to tighten these as well, because you need to take a little bit of the pressure off this so that there's room to open up the zippered section to put the guitars and cases in. So when you tighten these, you'll end up with a little more slack. So I do that by setting it on the floor usually. And then just pushing down like that. Just don't allow this to buckle. So you might have to put your hand next to it as you press down. Give a little bit of support. Like that. And then you end up with enough gap that you're able to get instruments in and out. And that's the way you assemble it. Let me add in next the rest of the built-in stand. Just put those in and tighten them like that. And that's it. Thank you.